Welcome to Level 1 Beginner Street Motorcycle Riding. Everyone has to start somewhere, and this set of videos will help the beginner rider and the rider that wants to fill in the gaps of your knowledge and ability. This is the second of 2 Level 1 Street Motorcycle Riding knowledge videos. It will contain 11 knowledge facts that are essential for you to ride safe on the streets. Knowledge item number 1. There are 3 motorcycle lanes for every car lane. There's the first lane on the left, which is right here where I'm riding now. This is the first motorcycle lane. There's the second lane, which is right in the middle. And then there's the third lane, which is on the right side of the car lane. Now, all 3 lanes have their advantages and disadvantages. I'll start with the lane that is probably not the safest, and that's lane number 2. The reason lane number 2 is not safe, if you're in lane number 2 and you're stopped in a light, the car in front of you may not see you and they might back into you. It's better to be in lane number 1 or lane number 3 in that situation. So lane number 2 is the least desirable. Let's talk about lane number 3. Over to the right side. It's a pretty good option. The advantages are that you can get out of the way of a car in front of you. You have an escape to get over to the right if you ever need to. And if there's a car that's kind of encroaching into your lane, you're away from it and you're not going to get bothered or hit by it accidentally. So lane number 3 is a pretty good option. Now, for me, I believe lane number 1 is the safest, right here on the left. There are a few reasons I think lane number 1 is the best lane to be in. First of all, if you're stopped like this at a light and I'm in lane number 1, if somebody's coming fast behind me, I can escape right here. Also, this car in front of me, if they want to back up, they're going to look in their rearview mirror and they're going to see me. It's always kind of good to be in their rearview mirror so they can see you. Another good reason to be in lane number 1 is because you want to take up as much space as you can so other cars respect you. Stay in this lane number 1 right here. This whole area is yours. It's all yours. And you don't contend with any cars with it. If you stay in lane number 3 over on the far right, kind of like what bicyclers do when they're riding their bikes, some car drivers are going to disrespect you and just pass you in this lane that you're already in if you're way over on the right side of the lane. See, I'm in number 1. I'm right behind this car. I can see him. He can see me. If he starts to back up, I can just pull around him. Have a good escape route. One thing when you're riding in lane number 1 that you want to be careful about is if there's a big truck next to you, or if it's just a 2-lane road and there's a big truck coming toward you or a big group of cars coming toward you, what you could always do is as they get closer, you can kind of move over a little bit into the middle, into the lane number 2, and after they pass, you can go back to your lane number 1. Knowledge base item number 2, the 4-second rule. What distance should I be between myself and the car in front of me? You should be able to count 4 seconds between where the car is and where you are. I'm going to count how far I am from the car in front of me at this telephone pole. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Boom. Okay, this is about the right distance at this speed. As you go faster, you may need to be further away from the car in front of you. So let's count again. We're going to go at this light here. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. So that's the right distance between me and the car in front of me. Knowledge item number 3, always have an escape route. As I'm slowing down here, I'm looking in my rearview mirror and I'm looking at the car in front of me. I'm going to stay in lane number 1, motorcycle lane number 1. My escape route is right here. I always have an escape route when I pull up to a red light or a stop sign. If there's a car coming behind me really fast and it's going to hit me, I always want to have an escape route, and I want to be in first gear and ready to roll and get out of the way. Knowledge item number 4, target fixation. What is that? Target fixation is when you focus on something that isn't on the road, and it happens usually for beginner riders around a corner, like this corner here. I could become target fixated, thinking, oh, I'm not going to make it around this corner, and start staring at that telephone pole instead of the road. I should be focusing on the road around every corner, looking ahead. Usually you turn your handlebars in the direction of where you're looking. Going around this corner, I don't want to focus on that sign. I want to look at the road ahead, right here. Focus on the road. Your bike will usually go in the direction of where you focus your eyes and your head. Knowledge item number 5, intersections are the most dangerous place for a motorcycle. When going through an intersection, you want to always look, even if you have a green light. Up, we've got a red light. The most dangerous parts of the intersection are everywhere. But actually, those cars ahead making a left across in front of you are bad. Cars over here making a left from the right are bad. Making a left from the left are bad. All of them are dangerous. You have to watch everything. Even if you have a green light and you have the right of way, cars can still pull out in front of you. Everybody makes mistakes. You have to be careful. I am going to be the first on green for my line of cars and line of traffic. When that light turns green, I'm the first person to go across. Once it turns green, should I just go and be confident that everybody has stopped? Of course not. I need to look left, right, look at all these lanes, make sure everybody's stopped before I go. Since I'm the first on green, I am in the most danger. When this light turns green, I'm going to look everywhere. Light is green. You see there's cars in the way. I'm looking left, I'm looking right, looking at all the cars. It's good. All clear. Go. Don't dilly-dally. Let's go ahead and go and get through that intersection. What are the most dangerous times to ride your motorcycle? There are actually 4 of them. The first is at sunrise, when the sun is really low and just coming up. A lot of times that sun will blind people if they're riding into the sun, and it's hard for other cars to see you in those situations. Also sunset, for the same reason. The sun is low in the sky, and that sun can blind people, can blind you too from seeing other cars if you're riding into the sun. Another dangerous time to ride is at nighttime by yourself. If you're in a group of motorcycles, it's a lot more safe, but if you're by yourself at night, it's a little more dangerous than during the day. So be extra careful at night. And the 4th most dangerous time to ride is during rush hour. It's a bit of a rush hour right now. There's a lot of cars out. People are kind of frantic. They're getting impatient at the lights. They're rushing through the lights. They're trying to get where they want to go. And rush hour can be dangerous. If you're a beginner rider, I wouldn't try to ride at rush hour anywhere. Not until you get some skills up, some good muscle memory in place. If you're planning on riding back and forth to work, ride back and forth to work when it's not rush hour, and get everything figured out, all the lights, all the stop signs, all the turns. And then when you do ride to work and back home during rush hour, you'll be prepared. Knowledge item number 7. Always, when slowing down, downshift. And the reason you do that is because you always want to be in a gear and ready to roll. If you get in a tight situation as you're slowing down and you need to get out of it, you'll be in gear and you'll be ready to roll. If you just pull your clutch in and coast all the way to a stop and downshift and never release your clutch and get it into the lower gear, you're not going to be ready to roll. It's a habit too. You want to get into that habit of downshifting. Sometimes you might need to downshift more than one gear at a time, like right here. I'm going to do a double downshift. I'm in 4, 3, 2. because you may not have time to switch to 3 and then down to 2. You may want to double down. Knowledge item number 8, speeding is dangerous. That's kind of an obvious statement. The faster you go, the more danger you can get in. It's good to go the speed of traffic or a little faster. As you go faster and faster, you get what's called tunnel vision. So your view, as you're driving slow, I can see everything right now. As I go faster and faster, my vision gets narrower and narrower. When you go really fast, all you see is this circle in front of you and everything else is a blur. Your brain is not able to process everything when you're going really fast. So you get that tunnel vision. It's a natural thing. Drive the speed limit, go as fast as the cars around you, or a little bit faster than them. The opposite of that is riding too slow is dangerous. So you don't want to be in a situation where you're riding slow and there's a lot of cars behind you and getting around you and you're holding up traffic. You don't want to be that guy. Plus it puts you in a dangerous position. Cars behind you might hit you. They may get impatient and just pull around you when it's not safe. Don't ride too slow. Knowledge item number 10, always look for cars pulling on the road. They could be pulling on the road in front of you. If you see a car stopped and ready to pull out in front of you, keep your eye on them. Keep your right fingers on the brake, ready to go if you need to slow down, if you need to swerve, if you need to get out of the way of that car. Always be on the lookout from cars pulling on the road in front of you. Like that car pulling out in front of me, you have to watch for that. They could be pulling out in the road in front of you on the right or from the left. You gotta watch out for these cars, like this car right here on the right. Make sure they don't pull out in front of you. Knowledge item number 11, blind spots. You got to be careful when you're riding to make sure that you see everything around you. Like right now in front of me, I can only see this white car and the Jeep in front of him. It's hard to tell what's going on in front of that Jeep. That's called a blind spot. A lot of times if you're riding and there's an 18-wheeler next to you, you can't see anything on that side. That's a huge blind spot. So you need to be aware of blind spots. When you're going around corners, where you can't see around the corner, there could be a car stopped in the middle of the road. So you need to go the appropriate speed so you can stop if you need to. If you're going over a hill, that's another blind spot. You can't see what's over that hill. You don't want to go too fast, and there could be a car stopped on the other side of the hill. If I stop in the middle of this Jeep, I can't see what's going on in the front of them. They're far on the left. I'm going to pull over to the right, so I have a nice escape zone right here in front of me. And I can see what's going on down the road. Here I'm on the far left. I can see down the road. I have an escape zone and I've reduced my blind spots. Here's a good example of a blind spot. This truck, if it was on the road and I needed to pull out, I would ease myself around to look around this truck, almost stopping before I went. Hope you enjoyed the second video of the knowledge base on level 1 beginner motorcycle riding. I hope to see you on the next video, which will go over level 1 beginner street riding exercises that will hone your muscle memory and give you some good experience on your motorcycle. Well, I hope you liked this video. Please like and subscribe, and remember, it's not about the destination. It is about what? It's about the ride, baby!